Hi everyone, this is Karen from Online Healing Community. Welcome to Creating Space. This is a space for us to share stories and reflections related to personal growth and healing. And today we have with us a monk for over 49 years. He's a founder of Maharlika Taiyo Wellness Center. Everybody, please welcome Dada Shiveshananda.
Hi.
Hi, Dada. Namaskar.
Good, good evening, everybody.
Welcome to Creating Space, Dada. Thank you for saying yes to us.
It's a, it's a, it's a blessing.
Mhm. You've been a monk for over 40 years, and there was an article about you at Philippine Graphics, A Monk in the City. What inspired you to be a monk?
Um, in previous lives, we've been in that lifestyle, in that way of living. But when we met uh, a monk, I I saw their lifestyle and their way of living, and they were talking all about the change that needs to be done for the whole planet and the need to think deeper in life, and that what everybody wanted was only one, and the way to get that goal, the opportunity and the method of being able to achieve it, they give such a practical, rational, scientific way that was very universal and attractive. So when I watched their way of living, I at least I remember I can I can resonate and I can jive, relate to what I was doing in my past life. So I joined.
What is
Okay,
Dada? What is it about their way of living that you like?
they they came from different backgrounds and different nationalities, and the simplicity of their life. They were not living a luxurious life, and they were not attached to the material things around them, and they were fearless, dynamic, and had so much love for the humanity. This
I
is
love
this
that.
question. Um,
Yes.
it's is it now uh, you and me, or is there some people also listening to what
People,
I'm saying?
people are watching. Actually,
Oh,
Ai just said hi. Good evening,
okay,
Karen and Dada. Namaskar. Hi, Ai. And there are people watching us on Facebook Live right now.
okay. You need to connect.
So I have
Yeah,
to have this.
You have to be linked there.
yeah. Dada, you
Someone
talk
wanted
about
to
love.
join.
Ay, wow, that's nice. We're on Facebook Live. She can see us on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. And Dada, you talk about love for humanity, and you've been a missionary for a long time. But what is your primary mission in life?
Well, as I could understand it and remember, we want to have peace and joy and happiness. The goal of life is only one, and that is to be happy for forever, to have perfect happiness. So mission was to spread it, to make the people wake up and understand what is their goal in life, and that life is so precious, and we need to share that consciousness, that awareness, so that they can also enjoy, not only me. 'Cause if I'm the only one enjoying, that's kind of selfish,
Mm.
but we want that as many people to enjoy more and more and more.
Yeah.
That, that real happiness that's not found in the
You
material things.
right.
Yeah.
But you said your goal is to wake people up. So are you saying that most of the people are sleeping?
Um, they're they're in a fantasy world. They're like in a dream, and they think that they're enjoying life because they have everything from the material point of view. They have the money, the cars, name and fame, but those are temporary things, and that's not the real enjoyment. That's just the shadows of the real happiness and enjoyment that they want to enjoy. So they need to be awakened from uh, that reality, that fantasy world that they are living in. They should come down to the real thing.
Yeah. What is real happiness then?
And at
That
family.
happiness that never ends. That wherever you go, it's with you. It was there, it's there, will always be there. That never fluctuates, that never can never disappear.
Mm. I
And
love that.
everybody is has that birthright
Mm.
as a human
I,
being.
I I can actually sense it from your demeanor and how and your very nature that you're super content. I can sense that
That
happiness
that's
within.
that's that's what we want to share.
Yeah. And you've been a Swami, a senior renunciate with Ananda Marga for 27 years. And you've gone around. What were the key lessons and key moments in your life when you're living as a renunciate, a senior renunciate?
At a very young age, um, you were exposed to all the enjoyment in the material plane. Then you start to realize that this is not it. It's not. It's not the end of it all. It's not the source of real happiness. It's a means to an end, to that never-ending
Agree.
goal. So when I renunciated and decided to dedicate my life to a great mission of a great master who I was able to serve while he was alive, I I left my home, my house, and lived with the monks, saintly monks, and I went all around the country uh, teaching and assisting that monk and singing a universal rite as Baba Nam Kevalam. It means love is all there is. Baba Nam Kevalam. From
Love
there,
is
I was sent to India. I was sent to India. I had the desire to go to India to meet my guru, who I was dreaming of, who I just saw in my dreams and heard about from my fellow monks, or those monks that I was moving around with. And till he was uh, finally released from jail, because there was mass a martial law there in India, and he was very vocal against corruption, dogma, and all these injustices being done to the common people of India. They persecuted him, but finally he was acquitted, and I finally met him
How
and
was your
served him.
meeting? How was your meeting with your guru? Is it
Oh,
a,
my
do you call him
desire,
a guru?
yeah. You know, I always prayed when I was younger to meet a master or God in physical form. Like when I was young, I was a I was a devotee of Jesus Christ, because that's what we were taught by my mother. That's what we were introduced to, and we were only taught that he was the representative of God. And I was sort of upset and angry, sort of, why I was not alive, why he didn't allow me to walk with him when he was walking on earth.
Mhm.
It was like I felt that I needed. I, that's my right. If I'm the son or his son, and he's my father, he's my God, then he should allow me to walk with him and talk to him like I'm talking to you now.
Mm,
I could see you
mm,
and ask you questions. So I was talking to a statue representing the God. In the name that was the name of Jesus Christ. So that desire materialized. I saw him personally in India. That deep longing materialized. I was blessed to get that opportunity to to meet and talk to a living master. And then I always ask some people, "Have you seen God?" No. They say, I believe in God. I believe this and I believe that. Yeah. But that the believing concept is not enough. You start from there, but you have to go one step more. You have, you have to experience God. You have to know God. When you know God, you stop believing. When you don't know God, you just believe. And believing is not enough. So
So,
that's what made me
so if you know God, you stop believing because there's an experience.
yeah. It's like I know you're there. I know. I don't believe you're there. I know. I can see you. I can hear you. I can smell you. I can touch you. I can even taste you. Is it not?
So it
But
becomes
these
real.
all these five, yeah,
Right.
these five senses have limitation. You have to go beyond the five. You have to use your intuition. You have to use your third eye. That doesn't make mistake. But all these five senses makes has limitation. Like I need an eyeglasses to read. You need a microscope, telescope. Without that, you cannot see something tiny. It's like a bacteria or a
Yeah.
virus. You need a microscope.
Aline is saying knowing is deeper than believing.
Of course, your belief becomes concretized. It becomes real. Kasi belief, you're not sure. Even it might be a lie, you know. Believe. Many beliefs that was injected into our minds were all lies. And I don't want to rely on lies. I don't want anyone to tell lie to me. Neither do I want to tell lie to anybody. I want to know.
How was your experience of God? Because since you were a young boy, you said you wanted to meet God, be with God.
How is it?
Yes,
I can talk to you about it the whole night. Till unless that person has his or her experience, it will never be clear for that person. So it's beyond words. You cannot, the words have limitation. It has to
that's
be
true.
experienced.
That's true. When I was in India, usually they have big melas. I'd go also, and there's 30,000 people, and I was meditating. And when I was meditating, I felt that God loved me so deep, so profound, so true. And then I looked at the person on my right, and I felt the same way that God loved him as deep, as profound, as true as he loves me. And then I look at the far back, and at far back, it's really, really, the people are so tiny because there are 30,000 people in one hall. And I felt that God loved that person as deep, as profound, as true as God loves me. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, so this is what love is. And at that moment, I felt that I understood. I think at that moment I went from believing to knowing. That's when I felt that this is how much God loves me and how much God loves everybody else.
God
So
cannot hate anyone. God is all love. He said all love. Love is God and God is love. No matter how sinful a person is, so-called sinful, how naughty the person is, you know, God can never condemn you forever in hell. Because God, how can a God who's all loving, all merciful, all forgiving, all knowing, the creator of everything, how can that loving person tolerate his son who's naughty or his daughter who's naughty to be burning eternally in hell without any salvation? How can that happen? That's that that's not the real God. That's a that's a horrible God. God is not
yeah,
horrible. He's he's wonderful.
I completely agree. He's wonderful. But you also you said something about religion that sometimes religion makes us slaves. That sometimes we're not. You wrote about this. You said people many times after deep thinking and contemplation see eventually that where there are needs to be changed and the need to be flexible and open minded is the way to go. Otherwise, one will remain blind to the truth that the religion that they followed seriously and blindly is making them a slave instead of becoming the example of being like Christ or like Buddha. Can you
You
please
know,
expound on
all these great masters of the world and the followers made the religion out of the practices and they introduced a lot of rituals and the spirit is no more there in the practices and they limited the salvation to just being a member of those particular religion. That's when it creates a lot of problem because those religion in the name of God killed so many people. They were the reason why so much bloodshed. Up to now, they're doing that in the name of God, in God's name. So what type of religion is that? Is that a benevolent movement, or is that a movement that, that separates the human society? That is not what the masters of those religion wanted. Never. But it's the followers who created problems.
So, what do the masters want?
The masters wanted all those who were hearing them to become like them, to enjoy what state of mind that master was. The masters didn't want followers. It's like the father. He doesn't want the children to remain children forever. They wanted to grow up and to be successful, never to be just like a small baby. Of course, the mother wants even the eldest one to be like a baby and enjoy the company of the children. But deep within the real reason why the parents they gave birth to the children is they wanted the children to grow up and be successful, to be greater, to be a great leader, a great being that will spread love to every nook and corner of the universe.
I saw a post you shared with Jesus Christ and Buddha and Krishna. They're all together, like um, they're walking together, and they're saying, "You know what? People don't understand that we are just symbols of their higher selves, of their truer selves."
That's right. They were there to show the light, to make them understand that they are themselves the light. Everyone who's looking upon the light is the light also. And they can get to that state of affairs by meditation, purification, and, and service to the humanity.
Yeah.
That
Speaking
is
of
what
service to you,
the
yeah,
masters, Jesus Christ, Buddha, Krishna, Shiva.
service to humanity. Speaking of service to humanity, you've gone around the world serving humanity for many, many years. How was it? Do you have anecdotes from your many years of missionary work?
Yeah, like when I left this country and we went to India, then I went around India a little bit, and then proceeded. They sent me to uh, Spain, Spaniard, Spain, and I couldn't speak the language, but I took Spanish language in college and high school, but it was not a good way of teaching us that language because it was forced. We didn't like it. It was forced on us. If you didn't, if you didn't pass it, you will. You're, if you don't take up this Spanish, you will not pass. You have to pass, learn it. So it was forced on you. But eventually, I came to love it, not to dislike it, but to love it because it's one expression of God. So from Spain, I went to Paraguay to Brazil, and
On your
and the
own?
people,
Are you just by
the
yourself?
mission, the mission sent me. Yeah, and then I I saw miracles after miracles in in that in that travel.
Can you share one or two miracles you've experienced
Well,
during your
I could
travels?
speak I could speak Spanish. I could speak Spanish in a way that I can communicate to them, uh, to the soldiers. I didn't want, I hated Spanish or I didn't like Spanish, but because of my desire to communicate to them what I wanted to teach and what was I all about, I started speaking Spanish. And wow, that's fantastic. That's one miracle. And then
Yeah.
you understand that you're just a medium, a channel, and that force works through you. And there should not be any ego and arrogance and vanity that
What's the most
I have
challenging
this.
yeah, no ego and no arrogance. What's the most challenging experience you've had while you're on service?
While on the mission,
Yes.
um,
Malaria, sickness,
uh,
sickness.
when when you when you were when you became sick,
You became sick
mm,
while you're in.
yeah, with malaria. You know,
Oh,
I almost died. I almost died in malaria. Yeah.
where were you?
And that was in Africa.
Oh,
Yeah, and almost died in in Africa. Uh, that's like you died and then you came out again. Then you find out that this is how you died. This is how the missionaries died in Africa. But you came back. It was not your time.
yeah.
So so you're you're back to life. And then now and and now I'm able to talk to them that one should not have fear of dying. Like now in the COVID situation, people have become so fearful and they have so much wealth, but they cannot uh, use it and show off like they used to do and brag about that they have this car, they have this so many cars, so many jewelries, and they can't enjoy and show off like before. Then, then um, you can die anytime. That life is in the hands of God. It is your time. It's your time. You should be ready. That's all. And be happy every day, as much as possible.
Be
Whether
happy
you're
every
in,
day.
yeah, whether you're inside a small barn with animals or you're in the palace, if your state of mind is balanced, then it doesn't matter so much where you go. Like any country you feel is your home. Not only this Maharlika is our country, every planet and every country, every planet in the universe is your home. You're the citizen of the universe. Remember that.
Yeah, citizen of the universe. But the whole universe is under stress right now. UN says that the next problem is mental health. In the Philippines, a survey says that 86% of Filipinos are worried and stressed because of the COVID pandemic. What can you
Yes,
tell them?
because the media also has contributed to creating fear, and because the the people are kept ignorant of what they should be doing, how to face such obstacles and difficulties in life. how would they maintain their mental equilibrium? Because in life there will be struggles. And if your mind is weak, your body is weak, then you will not survive it. So even what vaccine you take, if your mind is negative, this vaccine will not help you at all if you're too fearful, because there will be more and more virus. You can never know. It's there all the time, but it's a question of you understanding how to face any difficulty, because you know what confidence you have is that you know the force of the universe is with you, and the natural ways of strengthening your immune system, you know. So that's it. And you know that your time is limited. Your time in earth, you're not going to live here forever. No one. You're not going to be forever young. Your heart will be forever young. Your feeling. But one day there's a limit to your existence here. You should just be ready. Of course, you have the option to prolong your life also, the way your lifestyle is. If you live a clean, holistic lifestyle, uh, you can prolong it. But actually, in the truest sense, uh, it is in the hands of God. Everything's in
Right.
the hands of God. Yeah,
Yeah, surrender. There's so much
yeah.
beauty in that. You also talk about meditation. In one of the interviews you've had with Philippines Graphic, you said, look within you, meditate, because inside you is the answer you're looking for.
If you have a proper guide, all the universe is within you. The nucleus of the universe is within you. So if you know right now, there's a lot of suppression. People are suppressed and they cannot go out freely as before. So abnormal. So they learn, they don't know how to go within. Nobody taught them how to go inside of them. And that whether you are in your house and you can't go out, if you can't go out, then you can learn how to go in. And that is through meditation. And if you meditate, then you will understand that, hey, you know, I am peaceful wherever I am. And I shouldn't be afraid. I should be fearless still, not fearful, fearless. So
If
that
you can teach, yeah,
fearless
you have to be
situation is
fearless.
when your mind is is aware that the force of the universe is with you all the time.
Wow, that's beautiful. The force of the universe is with me all the time.
You're never alone or helpless.
Yeah, just saying that makes me actually feel so strong. The force of the universe is with me all the time.
Yeah, we must always remember that. That's what people have forgotten. They were one day once in their life. Somebody told them about it, but they forgot because they got sidetracked by this all this materialism and all these negative forces that's all around us.
Yeah. So you want people to
So to
remember
keep
that they
you
are not
aware,
alone.
to keep you always aware of that, then you have to bring your mind higher and higher through meditation, regular meditation.
How can they meditate? If they want to learn to meditate, what will you be your advice
Oh,
for them?
you must desire it. You must pray for it. That, that you can really learn a very personalized way of concentration. Everybody has a special, everyone has a sacred sound or a mantra. And that mantra, when one learns it and understands the meaning of it, that will help you liberate your mind from all this narrow negative thinking and will propel you and inspire you to move to your real world where your absolute truth. You want to be in that absolute state of awareness of your original self. You will know who you are, where you're going, and what you're supposed to do. That mantra
What
will be taught to you.
what's your personal
You
mantra,
cannot
Dada?
just find it in a book.
So you
What
have to
is a
find
personal mantra?
how yeah, you. What's your personal
You have,
mantra?
you have it has to be taught to you. You by a
Oh,
qualified, competent teacher. When you're ready, when the student is ready, teacher will come, or you will go to the teacher.
that's
Either
true.
way,
How about
because
you? How did you find your you I'm sure you have your own personal mantra. How did
of course
you find it? Or how did it get to you?
I took what we call in Sanskrit diksha, or loosely translated in English initiation. I took some promises to learn it, that I will not harm anyone, I will help others, and I will maintain the sanctity of that mantra at all times. It is taught to you. Actually, that mantra is inside of you already. But because you do not know how to use it or to pronounce it or know the meaning of it, then a teacher will have to explain to you that mantra, how to
How does the mantra
pronounce it,
change your life?
where is it in the
How did it change
psychic center
when
of
you
your
found
body
out?
it's connected with?
Okay. What happened to you when you found out what your personal mantra was?
You were choppy. You were choppy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You couldn't hear.
Dada, what happened when you
What
found
did you
out
say?
what because you had to go through initiation, right? What happened to you when you found out what your personal mantra is? What change did you experience?
Understood that I'm not a small individual. I'm not insignificant. I am uh, I am part of that great entity,
Yeah.
that I'm not
So
small.
beautiful. Yes.
I am
That's
great.
beautiful.
I
You
am
are.
that. I'm that. I'm that
It's
love
true.
also.
Yeah, you've been serving humanity for more than 40 years. And also now you're a founder of Maharlika Tayo Wellness Center. Can you tell them about I'll share Maharlika Tayo to everyone, but can you please share with them your
It's
initiative?
Maharlika Tayo, Matayog, Matayog.
Yeah. Ah, Maharlika
Yes,
Matayog. All right.
Maharlika
This is in Parañaque, right? So this is
that's
Maharlika.
right. That's right. That's our dome. That's our meditation area. Yeah,
Mm, this is the fitness center.
yeah, yeah. It is
Can you tell us more
very,
about
very
Maharlika Matayog?
You see that word Maharlika was the original name of this beautiful country, ordinarily called
Mm.
Philippines, which is the Philippine is a it's a name named after a third person. So originally it was Maharlika, which means the land of people, small but nobly created, is Maharlika. And so all the people who are in this beautiful islands, or uh, how many, more than 7,000 islands, they are, they are nobly created and surrounded by the sea. And that sea is God. And all this tiny island is all of us. Yeah. So, 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 I have that desire because my guru said, my guru Sri Ananda Murti said, as soon as the country's name is changed to its original name, Maharlika, there will be tremendous change, positive progress for this beautiful country of ours. Do you know that the people of this country is so much loved overseas?
Mhm.
If that's why so many people come here to stay. It's more fun here. And also the people, they're very loving. Mahal na mahal tayo ng mga overseas. They want to marry a Maharlikani, a lady from here because they know how to love. They're
So
loyal.
true. Yes.
Yeah.
Does Maharlika also mean great
Understanding.
in English? Maharlika. Maharlika means from noble, from royalty, right?
Maha means great. It's Sanskrit.
Yeah. Maha means great.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Mahal na
beautiful.
nilikha. Mahal na nilikha.
Ah,
Maha.
Mahar.
Mahatma. Mahabharata. Maha means great.
Ay, wow.
Mahatma. Mahatma.
Really?
Mahabharata.
So that's the inspiration. Great. Aggie has a question. She's asking, how does a typical
Also
day
like
look
to
like
do,
for a monk?
yeah.
Yeah. Aggie has a question. She's asking,
How
what's
we
a
get up.
typical day?
Yeah.
What's a typical day for a
We get
monk?
up.
And
We get up at about 4. It's we get up at how does the yeah. And then 4, 2. So when we I start to appreciate every day of my life. The ordinary life is eating, drinking, sleeping, maybe procreating for some people, then dying.
mhm,
Very different from an animal. But now, for us, not necessarily even a monk, but a monk and a family person, their lifestyle has some similarity because they like to wake up early morning at about 4, 4:30, or even 3:30, and they already meditate a little bit, and then they wash themselves, and by 5 they start to sing spiritual songs, and then they start to chant and dance in a uh, mystical way, in a very spiritual way. And then they meditate, and then we do asanas, exercise. Then we do a dance, a warrior dance, and a dance that will cure 22 different diseases called kaushiki. And then we take breakfast afterwards, and then we start to work, teach for whatever that has to be done. We farm a little bit, or we give consultation, and we work until midday. Then we again meditate, then take lunch, and then take rest a little bit, and then work again until sun setting. Then we wash up again, and then dance again, and meditate. And if you have time, you do asanas, you do yoga exercises, and then you take dinner, and then you study, have some fun, and sing some songs amongst your companions, and then by 11:30, you start to sing again and dance again if you can, then meditate, and then finally sleep.
It seems like a happy life. Lots of dancing
That's
and
the whole day.
singing. So
Yeah,
beautiful.
you dance and sing and dance and sing, and then you're optimistic in your life. You're positive, and you make other people happy.
Mm. Speaking of dancing and
You make
singing,
other
we're
people
going to,
happy. That
yeah.
means,
You're saying you make
fine.
other people happy. That means,
Tell me.
you're saying you make other
That
people
means
happy. So that means,
when they are happy, when they become, when how does other people become happy? When you vibrate them, when they get vibrated within them. If you sing, you chant, and you sing Babanam Kevalam, it radiates positive microbiota, positive energy, and it take away a lot of diseases. It fortifies your aura. It removes negativities around, negative thoughts, and it just generates so much love. Love does so much wonders. Love takes away your sorrows and your uh, depressions, takes away all the pains, whatever pain you have. And then it takes away your um, confusion. That's what real love does. So,
so
the dance, there's several dances, the three dances were very, 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 very useful for maintaining your health and mental elevation. You can
three
learn those
dances.
dances. It can cure 22 different diseases.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
it's called
beautiful.
Tandava. For there's
Tandava.
there's Lalit Nritya. You're dancing. That was taught by Parvati, the wife of Shiva. And then Kaushiki was this time taught by Sri Anandamurti. But all those combined in the tantric practices of Baba, of Sri Anandamurti. He introduced it again so that people
Wow.
can benefit from all this that was taught from ancient times of Shiva,
So
from
dance can
Krishna.
cure our illnesses. It doesn't just make us happy. It can
Many,
also cure us.
of course, of course. Music, music changes everything. Someone who's having Alzheimer's or depressed, when he hears the music, he starts to forget and starts to dance and starts to talk, play the piano, play the guitar. Music is a medicine.
Speaking of
Songs.
music, we're going. You said you're gonna let's end. Earlier I asked if we can end the session with meditation, and you said let's end the session, the interview with a song. Can we do that now?
Now, yeah, I can do that. I can sing a song. That's one of the songs that was composed by Baba. 5,018 songs. He composed this in one English song. Yeah. So,
Okay,
uh, it's called Tiny Green Island.
tiny.
It me Tiny Green Islands. The tiny green islands are all of us surrounded by the sea. The sea is God. So he composed it just to remind us.
Okay. I'm not sure if you can hear Dada. I think he's a bit frozen at this point. We're supposed to do a song, but let's wrap up the conversation.
What?
Okay.
Let's wait. Probably he'll come back in a bit. Oh, there.
Now it's back again. I didn't I didn't
Yeah.
think, yeah. I didn't think because I got in. It was loud. It
Yeah.
means don't
Yeah.
sing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Now I continue again. I'll do it again. Okay.
Yes, please.
I
Yes, please.
love
He's
this tiny green island surrounded by the sea. I love this tiny green island surrounded by the sea. Touched by the sea, decorated by the sea. Touched by the sea, decorated by the sea. I love this tiny surrounded by the. Am I a secluded figure in this vast, a little secluded figure in this vast, a little bigger? No, 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 I'm not alone. No, 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 I'm not alone. The great is with me. The great is with me. I love this tiny green island surrounded by the sea. I love this tiny green island surrounded by the sea. Baba ng Kevalam. Baba.
Thank you so much, Dada. It's beautiful. You talk about happiness. You talk about love for God. And in this interview, I actually experienced that. I actually experienced you exuding happiness and so much love for God and contentment. And I guess that's your message for humanity. It's really how you live your life,
Right.
no? It's never what people say, it's what they make you feel. And I
Yeah.
felt what you're talking about. Thank you so much. Namaskar. You want to
It,
invite them to Maharlika Tayo? Invite them to, how can they connect with you?
yeah. You know, for the moment, since there's a lot of restrictions, many times we are not able to uh, come and go because of so much blockages. So we zoom, we do the zooming like what we're doing now for the moment. But as I've said, when the student is ready, teacher will come, or you will come to the teacher. Some way or the other, it can happen. So for the moment, this is our medium of communication. And if there's any problem people have or any difficulty they have, they can connect with me. You can. I'm in Facebook. I'm in the Messenger, and my name is there. Dada Shiveshananda. You type it. I have two accounts. You let's make an appointment, and we can talk one to one. And yeah, or we can go to a neutral place. This is supposed to be a neutral place also. But we need to prepare, and we have to be prepared when they come here. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm
Thank
here in
you.
Sukat. In my phone. I don't know. You can uh, flash it there
Yeah.
and the address, or just communicate through the messenger. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Actually, they can go to Maharlika Tayo. I'll share
Yeah.
the screen. This is the Facebook Messenger. Facebook page of Dada Maharlika Tayo FMA Center. So you can message their page and somebody will answer you if you want to connect to Dada. Mhm.
I am.
Thank you.
I'd like to also thank my mother and my father, my parents, because they were also initiated into the practice of tantra. They were so kind to allow me to do what I'm doing, and most especially to my beloved Guru Shri Shri Ananda Murti, who is ever guiding me while I'm breathing, and whose mission is universal. So that I want to give my thanks. Yeah. And to you.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing
Thank you
this
very much.
space with me. Thank you for opening your story, sharing your wisdom to us. So for everyone who's been watching us, I'm sure you've been inspired by our conversation with Dada Shiveshananda. And his message is a message of happiness. Just be happy. Love is everything. And know that you are not alone. You are great. And I just didn't hear it, Dada. Today, with you during the conversation, I actually felt that. But I am not alone. I'm great. God is with me. And it's really beautiful what we have. Even in quarantine, we have a beautiful life and we should be happy. Thank you so much, Dada. Namaskar. So we'll end with that, everyone. Check out our event page so you can help you and support you, and then check out Dada Shiveshananda on Facebook or Maharlika Taiyo to get in touch with him. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. See you soon.